We're surrounded by content all day, every day. Images, videos, articles, you name it. But with generative AI in the mix, a whole new question has popped up, and it's a big one. Where did this actually come from? And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Content provenance. It's basically the origin story for everything you see online, and right now, it's more important than ever. So that leads us to a pretty blunt question, right? Can you actually trust your own eyes anymore? And this isn't some deep philosophical debate. It's our daily reality now. We've got AI that can spit out incredibly realistic photos and videos in just seconds, which means our built-in ability to tell what's real from what's fake, yeah, it's being put to the test, big time. And this is really the core of the issue. This isn't just about making some cool AI-generated art. The real danger here is how this explosion of synthetic content, deepfakes, is basically pouring gasoline on the fire of misinformation. Just imagine a fake picture of a wildfire starting a panic in a small town, or a fake audio clip of a CEO tanking their company's stock. It's an incredibly powerful tool for anyone who wants to cause chaos, deceive people, and ultimately just chip away at the trust we have in, well, everything. Okay, so how in the world do we start to push back against this tidal wave of fake media? Well, the good news is some seriously smart people are on the case, working on the technical side of things. The best way to think about it is like they're trying to create a kind of digital DNA for content, a way to prove where it came from, right from the source. So one of the first big ideas is something called digital watermarking. Now, this isn't like the big, ugly watermark you see slapped across a stock photo. Nope. This is an invisible signal that gets woven right into the pixels of an image or the data of an audio file. Big tech companies like Google and Meta are already rolling out tools for this, like SynthID and Stable Signature. They embed these hidden markers that can flag content as AI generated. And get this, they can often survive even if the image is cropped or edited. Pretty clever. And then there's the next level up, cryptographic provenance. So if watermarking is the invisible signature on the painting, think of this as the tamper-proof, sealed, and notarized document that comes with it. There's a whole coalition, the C2PA, that's developing an open standard for this. What it does is attach a super secure log to a piece of content that says, hey, here's who made me, here's when, and here's every single change that's been made along the way. So let's just boil this down. Digital watermarking is there to answer one simple but really important question. Was this made by an AI? It's a yes or no. Cryptographic provenance, on the other hand, goes way deeper. It's there to answer the bigger questions. Who made this? What program did they use? And what's been tweaked since it was first created? They're two different tools for two different but totally related jobs in making the internet a more transparent place. So we've got the tech, problem solved, right? We can all pack up and go home. Well, not so fast. The truth is, these tools are amazing, but they are not a magic bullet. We've got to have a little bit of a reality check here. Because here's the thing, people who want to cause trouble don't really care about the rules. Someone who's dead set on spreading fake news isn't going to politely leave the watermark in their fake image. They're going to try to strip it out. Or even easier, they'll just use an AI tool that doesn't have any of these safety features built in the first place. So, yeah, tech gives us the tools for transparency, but it can't force the bad guys to use them. This is where the solution has to be bigger than just code. So if we really want to make a dent in this problem, we can't just leave it to the developers. We need to build what you could call a trusted ecosystem. And that means getting everyone involved in the life of a piece of content, from the instant it's created to the moment it pops up on your screen, to all work together on this. You can really think of this ecosystem in three main stages. It all starts at the very beginning, at creation, when developers build these provenance tools right into their AI models. Then comes the second step, publishing. This is on the social media platforms and the news sites. They have to step up and agree to show us that provenance info. Maybe it's a little icon you can click on. And then finally, there's us, consumption. We, the users, need to be taught what these signals actually mean and how to look for them. And that last step, empowering us, the end users, it might just be the most critical piece of the whole puzzle. I mean, all this amazing tech is pretty much useless if the information is confusing or hidden. We need clear, simple labels. We need public awareness campaigns. We need to get to a point where checking a photo's origin is as normal as, say, checking the nutrition label on your food. Which brings us right back to the beginning. The tools to figure out where content comes from are being built as we speak. This whole trusted ecosystem is slowly but surely taking shape. But in the end, the definition of what's authentic is going to be in our hands. It's going to come down to our willingness to ask questions, to check the source, and to demand a little transparency. In this new world, authenticity isn't something you just see, it's something you have to actively look for. So what's that going to mean for you?